Great. Well, our next item is communicate to motivate. So communication is really important when it comes to talking about the walk and talking up your team. So, there's so many ways that we communicate now, whether it's social media or email. The personal contact is really important for the walk. And I would say that you really have to know your audience. If you know that your Uncle Joe will only answer to a phone call, then you got to pick up the phone and call Uncle Joe and say, hey, I'm doing this great walk and I want you to come out and join me. If, Mary Sue is somebody who responds so quickly to an email and, that's the best communication for her because that link is right there and she'll donate right away, send that communication to Mary Sue. And I would say never forget the power of snail mail. When somebody writes a handwritten note to you in the mail and your name and address is printed, you're more likely to open that piece of mail. Even if you take a walk flyer that you've downloaded from our website, you just put a note, hey, Joe, I hope you'll join me at the walk. It just has that personal touch for people. And I would also say don't forget about personally asking somebody. When you run into somebody at the supermarket and, you haven't seen them in a long time to say, hey, I'm getting this walk team together. It's for the Lupus Foundation. I really hope you'll come out and join me. It's much harder to say no to somebody face-to-face or even on the phone than it is to email or to a personal note. So we have set up some great tools for you, and the best is our fundraising center. So once you register for the walk, you will have access to track your progress. You will see who's donated to your team. You'll see who's joined your team. And there are emails that are ready to go right here in this email center. So you can see we have thank you to your donor emails. We have recruit a team member. We have ask for a donation. We have a team message. So you can edit in here. You can make it personal. Again, always personal. The more you personalize any communication, the more likely you are to get a response. So this is a great hub for managing your walk team. This is also where you can update your personal page and your team page as we discussed in the Getting Personal section of the presentation. And get social. We have some great icons that you can put on any of your social media, whether it's your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Twitter account, Instagram. They're right on our website at walktoendlupusnow.org, and you can download them. What I would also say about sharing on social media is while you want to share on your own social media, you also want to engage somebody in your life who what we call as an influencer. So anyone you know who has a huge social media following and has a big reach, if you ask them to share your walk link on their page, that's a simple way that they can help further your team and talk more about the walk. So this is certainly a workshop, and we like to have a lot of tasks. So here's another one for you. Get the word out. Write down all of your personal and professional communication channels. And, there's the easy ones to think of, email, Facebook, Instagram, but, maybe there's a church bulletin. Maybe there's a newsletter within your school. Maybe there's an intranet at your office. So what are some of those out-of-the-box communication channels that you can have access to? So you can write it down now, or you can think about this and put down this as your task for later in preparation for your team.